Alrighty, so we are going to test your knowledge for a minute, the Tech King and myself, just to see how much you retained from the video and quiz you. We brought some gifts, our what we call calendar pins. When we were here last time, these were kind of a big hit that we gave out during the holiday. How many have a calendar pin? Anyone in here got one? Oh, cool, one of our Royal Tech team. So that leaves opportunity for a lot of you all. So if you answer the question about the Al Delano Solar Coldbox video that you just saw, we have a few questions that we can take. We'll bless you with the gift if you have the right answer. And again, it's a 2016, 2017 calendar pin. Are you ready? Can you play in our tech zone? All right. All right, so first question is, there were two products mentioned in the video. How many of you remember what the name of those products are? There were two products that were mentioned in the video, a solar blank and a solar blank. And I would play the Jeopardy music if I had it, but I could sing it. Yeah.
Well, one was a water maker, one was an ice maker, one was a refrigerator, one was a freezer.
Alrighty, we're gonna give you that, and that is it. And one of them was the solar backpack as well. So I did a great job for answering the questions. Thank you so much. We have a couple more questions. How many gallons per day does the, I see your hand.
20.
50.
Uh-oh.
50. I was
29.
Okay, let me re-ask the question so we can see, because I hear a bunch of different answers.
Let's figure out how we're gonna figure out who's first.
Raise your hand, and then she's videotaping, so we can always rewind the tape if we need to see who is first. So we'll re-ask the question. And the first one that we did see, that was not the right answer that we were looking for. So we're gonna restate the question. How many gallons of water can it produce per day?
50.
And I saw this hand go up first. I saw
50.
I saw your hand go up first.
50.
Okay.
Not fair, she stole the answer.
That's because we're all blurting it out.
Right, so we have to, just a couple more questions. Thank you all for playing in our tech zone. There's two things that are created from the air. I'm looking this time. There's two things that the solar, and I see your hand first, yes.
Water and ice.
Yes, you got it. And if you want to bless someone with it, you want to bless someone?
Bless somebody.
Bless somebody, all right. Whoever yelled out the 50 first. All right, we'll give it to Tom to bless someone, okay. However you want it, we'll give it to Tom and he can bless someone. We'll get him in trouble. Okay, so we have two more. How large is the actual storage tank?
29.
All right, there we go. It's right here. And everybody's gonna know this one, and this is gonna be a really easy one, and we only have a few more pins, so we're videotaping. What country was it made in? I thought this was for Martha was first. Martha raised her hand. Alrighty, and I think that was, oh no, there were two sizes. Did we already ask that one?
No.
Two, that's the golden question. There's two sizes only at this time, although our lab is producing more. Yes.
20
and 40.
Yes, her hand was up first in the black. Thank you all for playing in our tech zone. Before we take our seat, it was asked of us, yes, sir.
The water that's made in the air, does the air have to have a certain level of humidity?
60%.
It absolutely does, and we're of course not the engineers, we're the local regional reps representing it, but I can tell you just from being in meetings, it absolutely does. However, I can tell you also, especially since we just demonstrated it here a few weeks ago, live at the Innovation Center. Anybody familiar with the Switch Building Innovation? We were just there 2 weeks ago and had a live demonstration for a lot of the regional leaders, community leaders, elected officials, all that. We just all met. And our scientists, as we speak, are in laboratories right now, making it to where it doesn't matter the humidity. But at this time, what you saw on the video, there are certain humidity levels to answer your questions, by water, off-grid.
It seems like the water has to come from somewhere.
The humidity, right, and I can't tell the secret sauce. However, I can tell you as a witness being in the meetings that we're not limited to that. There's no longer a constraint from humidity. At one time that was a constraint, but again, without telling any secret sauce and all that, that problem is literally no longer a constraint. And our team, just to give you a little bit insight, right now the Al Delano Solar Cold Chain Solutions team, we just had one of our reps return from Indonesia. Our founders was in Israel just a few months ago. They actually 2 weeks ago just returned from Mexico City, Guatemala. They're on their way, literally not even 30 days from now, to Africa, Nigeria. And you may think, okay, well these are international regions that need the water resources. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you can think of places that need this resource of water from air just to preserve their food, have natural clean water, in other locations. However, our founders, while he was in Nevada, asked some of our officials the question, what happens if, God forbid, we have an attack of our grid, of our electricity? How will we get power? Things that you don't even think about, such as the mortuaries. How will they keep the bodies refrigerated, and how will there be access to all of this? So I want our minds to not just think internationally or places that have the humidity that can support it, but we said ice and water. This solar Coldbox, is not limited to ice and water. In disasters, it can charge your cell phone. It provides electricity totally off the grid. There's no electricity that's needed for this to work. So you want to think of, in a lot of industries, the hospitals, people that need medications, refrigerator, there's so many unlimited. I encourage you to go to our website, solarcoldbox.com, and there's various, and again I'll repeat that, solarcoldbox.com, there's various industries and resources that this can help at home and abroad. And so we thank you again, and we'll take a few more questions as time permits.
Your film said that these could be distributed at a reasonable price. What is reasonable?
I definitely don't discuss pricing because I'm again, regional representative, and what we do is we can connect you to the powers that be from our corporate office. We have plants right now, it's manufactured out of Tennessee. Our corporate office is in California, and they just happen to have offices in Atlanta as well. And so, and there's about 7 different Wisconsin, 7 different locations. I'm happy to report, since the successful launch 2 weeks ago, we're now opening up a Nevada office location here in the next week or so. And so we'll be having any information, and we'll be supporting anyone that's really serious about connecting us to resources that can utilize this. We'll be more than happy to give even media kits. I was asked earlier today, for those that write articles and all that, if you want a media kit, if you want brochures, we have them digital, or we can overnight them to you. So we have all of the marketing collateral materials. Yes, sir.
I have one other question. Since the sun doesn't shine 24 hours a day, do they have a means of storing that energy at night?
Oh yes, that's a great question. And that's the good part about Tech King and I just being in these meetings, is that my understanding of the latest technology that they're currently using, and I know they're looking to expand that, the batteries that they're using even now can last 5 years. And so it's the technology which now they're, again, don't want to give out any secrets, but the scientists are also extending that as well. I'll just put it that as well. And I won't make any formal announcements about organizations we're partnership with here until the appropriate time.
I've seen ads on TV for think about the size of the cell phone that's capable of starting a car.
Yes, sir. The technology, and I love that the Tech King and I are here just sharing another type of technology. Technology is amazing. It's just limitations in certain countries or places that put restrictions on what can come in or out, if you know what I mean, or they're imported and exported, that you know this is a solution for so many countries. The barriers come in, and without getting too political, when there's constraints, whether it's communistic country, whatever, when there's barriers of the government, and that's a whole nother barrier we won't get into. But yes, there's definitely lots of opportunity throughout the universe.
Right.
About how many units are there out in the universe now?
Right now, this is fresh, hot off to our understanding, we have the patents on it now. Nothing has been done before. That's the beauty in this is the very first of its kind. There's never been a solar Coldbox ever been produced, so we're excited to be the first. So we don't have, it's so new, it was just publicly launched in October, so we're just talking a few months. Right now, it's been here 2 weeks ago, so people can see it, touch it, feel it, have all of that hands-on experience that, yes, this does work. It's been in Tennessee, California so far. It's been rotating on a tour, and we have several, to answer your question, in rotation right now. Yes, and one was just donated back in November for Haiti. I know there's a project with a ministry that they partner with to work that in Haiti. There's discussions of Flint and all other things, but but that's where we are so far. Yes, sir.
A question relating to infrastructure and transportation.
Oh, that's a great,
Let me just finish the question.
yes,
for you.
sir, absolutely, sir.
Most of these developing countries can't even land an airplane in the areas where they want to get. So what have you done in terms of airdrops and some of the other types of things that would drop these things in? Because the weight is significant. So.
Absolutely, I love that, and again, that's a beauty in participating in some of the meetings that we're on. From our representative that just returned even from Indonesia, and they were sharing one type of insect that you have to be careful of, even to get in on the wires and all of that. So we're working very closely with the United States Department of Commerce that is working hand in hand with our representatives, our executive team, through their Gold Key service. I don't know if any of you are familiar with that. So a lot of the barriers, even at an international level, so we're not just going in as a company on our own. We have the support of our United States government that is literally orchestrating these meetings and connecting all the pieces together so that the import-export, which we're actually just also connected with here locally, so that a lot of those constraints are not a barrier. But I will say this, to further answer your question about the transportation part, even just getting here, remember the box was shipped here from Tennessee 2 weeks ago. So every time we ship a box somewhere, whether it's out the country or here, it gives our team a chance to really evaluate and assess systems and how that data collection that's needed to share with those that desire to put it together. If you saw in the video how they boast of how easy it is. It comes with training, to further answer your question, and it comes in components. So let me get to the root of your question, because I can understand it's so huge. It comes shipped as components that has to be assembled together. And so I think that will does that directly answer your question? It's not like a big, and it comes on the tractor.
In part it does, but obviously in many parts of the world, there isn't a road to even
Right.
bring the parts in.
Absolutely.
The only access is by air. And in a situation, particularly an emergency, by airdrop rather than by any other means, it's going to be used in that manner.
Absolutely, and I love your thought process, because we're currently working with, and I don't even know if I can say the name of the country, but 85% of their country is off-grid, and exactly what you're describing right now. So our team, because again, we aren't the whole team, we have a whole team of people that is working, but again, that particular question is being addressed. And I don't think I'm at liberty to say which country it is. I better not right now. But just think of how many countries are 85% off the grid, and exactly how you say, no roads, no accessibility, airlifting parts, what have you. Right now, we're also working to have the military as a customer as well, which some of that will of course include air as well. Yes, sir.
Do you have to train local people?
They have a series of and thank God for technology, online videos, and also training of our representative. Does that answer? I see your hands going up. But
You can high-tech stuff in a place, and it's still going to be working 6 months later.
oh yes, they definitely right now, and again, and my timekeeper. Okay, looks like your time's up. Okay.
I only have one question, I think, that we have one question on, you kept missing.
Oh, I didn't see it.
David,
Looks like it's- it was answered.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question.
Okay. And Mr. President, because I want to submit to the.
One more, Al.
Okay.
You're extracting water out of the air.
Yes, sir.
What about the pollutants that are in the air?
The scientist has figured out a way, and that's an excellent question.
Yes, it
Through
is.
their, again, can't give out any secret sauce, but I guarantee it is clean, safe drinking water. And I want to tell you that the best way of researching that, because they do give a lot of, for any engineers in the house, they do give a lot of detailed information on the website, solarcoldbox.com. So I want to direct you there, because that question has came up quite a few times, and they kind of share as much as they can about how they guarantee this is definitely safe.
Rotary did wells, I forget the country we did them in, we did shallow wells, which was real great, except we were bringing up an awful lot of arsenic in the water.
Yes.
And I would be very leery until there was some substantial scientific proof that you're not taking additional pollutants into the water that weren't there in the first place.
Absolutely, and saying getting water out of the air is kind of an overall broad scope, but I guarantee you there's some scientific research that has been done and proven that shows how it's quite safe. Okay, we're getting it. Okay.
Okay. Okay, Luana, yes, right? All right. Thank you for your program. I found it very interesting, really. I am gonna go on the website, so I'm gonna read about it, just try to even think about local, before we talk about local. But Rotary, since 1985, we've been fighting polio, working with the World Health Organization, and Microsoft has gotten into the fight. And actually, we have just one country now that we have left, really. And that's still 3 excited. Oh, two. Afghanistan and Pakistan, right? Afghanistan and Pakistan. Yeah, because Nigeria was just declared polio-free a few months ago. Yeah. So, as a thank you for your program, we give you a certificate of appreciation, and also we make a donation to the Polio Plus, which is our Polio Plus campaign. That's I can't think of the word is gone, I'm too old. I've lost the word. It's a program, anyway, that we've been fighting polio with. Okay? Here's Wanda and Matthew. And I do remember from you here the last time. I recognized you once immediately. And I was glad to have you here again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.